Hi, everyone. Today, I want to address the issue of Africans and the worship of God. And I want to raise the question, do Africans worship God? This may seem to be a strange question, given that all over the place, we see Africans worshiping God. But the question is asked within the context of indigenous societies and also within the context of early European adventurers and missionaries who came to Africa, and they were looking for religion and they were looking for worship. What was it that Africans did to show that they worshipped a god? Now, this raises the question of what do we mean by worship? What kind of things are people supposed to be doing in order to be worshiping a deity, for example, right? So, the question of whether Africans worship God, you can see, is rooted within a Christian context, even Islamic context, because in this context, worship of God is something that is assumed. There is a gathering of people, there are prayers, there are praises, there are all kinds of rituals that are offered or that are made, that are enacted, to show their worship of the deity. But in the African context, you hardly find something like that, especially in indigenous societies. Now, I would like for you to, think about your own indigenous society. Um, do you see people? Have you seen people in your indigenous society? In your village, for example, have you seen people gathering to worship a god? Have you seen people gathering to praise a god? If so, how often do they do this? How do they do this? Is that worship? Would you call that worship? Is it similar to what they do in churches or in mosques? So, do Africans worship God? This seems to be a simple question, but it is also a complex question, which we need to think about a little more carefully. I will be addressing it in the next video.